I'm assuming you watched most of the round of 32 games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess we can start with South Africa and Canada. That was the first one, the earliest one. Is 1-0 win. Were you able to watch that?
Yeah, I was watching that. I mean, for me overall, it's a shame because there was so much hope for African teams, and
Yeah.
they've all been
Through
sadly.
qualification, through yeah,
Yeah, it's sad that because I really was hoping that this year we could see many African teams going through.
yeah,
South Africa, they have a strong history, I think, out of all the African teams in a World Cup, and I was expecting them to edge past Canada. So I don't know if it's the pressure of and one of the host nations.
yeah.
I was a bit, expecting them to go through. So that was
It
that
was
was that
it
was
was the last minute goal, wasn't it? Yeah, very
yeah. I was
last minute. Yeah.
expecting so it was very harsh, but yeah, sad.
Yeah, it kind of, especially like you said, with all the African nations did pretty well. I'm pretty sure. Is it correct me if I'm wrong? All of them went through to the knockout stages. I
So
believe.
yeah, all of them went through. I think there's some like Curacao didn't,
Yeah,
Tunisia didn't, but pretty much everybody.
the rest of them. Yeah,
Yeah, they went. Yeah,
yeah,
but Curacao, to be honest, that was the first ever World
yeah.
Cup. So yeah.
So and then well, then the next game that we did get to see was Brazil and Japan. I thought I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really interesting game, entertaining game.
Hmm.
Japan had a game plan of just high press, counter attack football, just hard running, and it worked really well in the first half. I thought, and Brazil really couldn't do much against them. Didn't create all too much in the first half, and Japan looked the better side, and of course did
Yeah,
score a goal. But then in the second half, it just all fell apart. Like I
for
think,
Japan. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
fatigue. They were just tired. When you're
yeah.
pressing that hard, working that hard, you just got tired, and Brazil kind of took advantage of it.
But it's also down to experience. I mean, let's not forget Brazil is the only team in World Cup history that made it to every single tournament. Now, people saying, "Oh, this Brazil side they're weak," but it's about experience as well. Because when you
Exactly.
look at the squad they have, they like people are Vini, but what about the rest? We got Jesus, I think Gabriel. We have some very good. They have some very good players that are
Casemiro, yeah.
competitive. Yeah, they play week in
You
week
talk about
out.
experience, yeah.
Yeah.
You talk about experience, and you think Casemiro. I know he didn't have a good start to the game at all, and he picked up a yellow card. But then you think about it, he was on a yellow card for the entire game, and he still made an impact on the game
Yes, he
in
did.
terms of scoring the equalizer goal, and that's the kind of like experience I think you're
Yes.
talking about, and just
Yeah.
how players who've been there before and on the biggest
Yeah.
stages they win new games.
I mean, Japan has been there before, but when you compare the experience, Brazil has got the most experience out of any team for me. And, in order to beat Brazil, you have to outperform them. And I think Japan, first half, they did that, but second half, they didn't. So,
Yeah, it was just exhaustion. I mean, they worked like so unbelievably hard in that first half where they completely nullified Brazil. It was to the
yes.
detriment of the like I just said, they ran out of steam in that second half, and like it was
Yeah.
really apparent because there was next to no attacking threat in the second half.
No, there
It was all
wasn't.
Brazil. It was just felt
Mm.
like a matter of time till they broke them down.
Mm.
Who
I'm
was
not,
your
yeah, but the thing as well is that the Japanese league, I don't really know the Japanese league that well,
yeah,
but when you look at the Brazilians, they play pretty much everywhere in the world. So they sort of, again, we're going back to the experience. They play a lot. They are renowned, and again, to beat them, you have to be excellent
yeah,
the whole match. You can't just like, you know, block them out a bit. No, you have to really outperform them completely. And the only team I can think of that can do that, Argentina, France, Spain,
mm,
perhaps, but Japan, they tried it. It
yeah,
wasn't to be.
and you mentioned about how in terms of the attack and how Brazil had attackers from all over the world, maybe that we're more used to watching.
Yeah,
The Japanese attackers that like I think Premier League fans would be more custom like would know well, like Matoma and
yeah,
Minamino.
Yeah,
that they were out injured. They weren't even here for the tournament. So it's like it's such a shame because maybe had they have been part of the team, not gotten injured before the tournament, they could have been there for that second half. When that extra bit of quality and attacking threat was needed. Because I think although Brazil did have gone through in the end, and we've kind of almost forgotten about it, but Japan really could have. They
they
could
could
have
have.
knocked Brazil out. I really do think. I'm pretty high on Brazil as well. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they're good.
They're good,
You know,
but you see, a team like Brazil, you have to be great. And I haven't been impressed with Brazil. And that's a team. Brazil is a team that made me watch football back in
yeah,
'94. I never knew other team like Brazil. And I don't know if you're familiar, but the Brazil in the '90s with the Romarios, with the Rivaldos, with
I mean, they were just hoovering up all the like World
yeah,
Cups, Copa Americas, and
yeah.
everything
You know what I
again.
mean? This is
Yeah,
the Brazil that I miss because the Brazil
yeah.
now they just scraped by the skin of their teeth, and I'm not sure they have enough to win the World Cup. Personally, I might be wrong, but Vini is the only one for me that's got that world class quality. The rest, I feel like they sort of need to catch up a little bit. Personally,
Do we
I'm
just
being harsh. Sorry.
No, I do I do see your point because I think a lot of people as well probably even coming into this World Cup wouldn't have had Brazil to win the tournament. You talk about I didn't have them to win the tournament, but I do rate them higher than what other people do think. I feel like as a team they work well as it like whereas before
Mm.
with Brazil you kind of feel like it's an individuals like they're a great team and they work well collectively but you kind of think they had the individuals like R9 Ronaldo all those Romario like you mentioned I feel like with under Don Carlo like they're a better team so they work like for example with this Japan game you look at the substitutes that Carlo brought on and how the game was at halftime in Japan's favor and Brazil can kind of turn the game around to make it where it was now in their favor and it was their game to win. And I don't think that was just a individual. Like I don't think that was just Vinny who changed the game. I don't even think Vinny played all that well in that game. I know he had
No,
that one.
it didn't.
He
But
had that one
you're
moment where
right.
he
It's a
almost
team.
scored, but it's a
You're
team.
totally
Yeah, but
right. It's a team effort, but also we're going back to experience. Carlo Ancelotti is a manager who can make a change, and he makes a difference.
he's won it all really.
He's won it all.
World
He's won
Series. Yeah,
everything as a player and as a manager. So I wouldn't expect anything less. If you have somebody like Carlo Ancelotti as a manager, he can make things happen. So he
exactly.
must have seen the first half. It's like, right, this is not working. I need to make
Making
a change.
changes.
And he
Yeah, I
did.
completely
So you have
agree.
to give the guy credit too because he's
And
done.
he brought on Gabriel Jesus, not
Yeah.
Jesus, Martinelli, sorry, yeah.
Martinelli,
And
yeah.
Martinelli's the one who scored the winner. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, we talk about individuals as well. Maybe probably the biggest individual of that Brazil team, Neymar, didn't play a single minute. Do you have any opinions on his selection to the World Cup thus far?
Um, okay. I'm gonna be controversial maybe, but I think Neymar, they brought in, I mean, he's still an icon. A lot of people know Neymar. So
Mm,
maybe they wanted to bring Neymar so that the team can be followed and supported.
mm,
That's what I feel. But Neymar, let's not forget, once upon a time, he was an amazing footballer. I think he's been plagued with injuries recently. So I'm questioning because even he was even surprised to be picked. So for him to be surprised, that tells you what you need to know. But
But the video where he broke down crying about it, yeah,
yeah, and I do believe that Carlo is seeing a potential in him. I think he had faith in him. So let's see what he can do. And I do believe that Brazil, we haven't seen the best of them yet. So maybe next round. I mean, they have to up the game anyway because now we're talking serious business. We're talking one step like round of 16, I believe, before the quarterfinals. So we really need to see a bit more of them.
yeah. And I mean, just on Neymar as well, to be honest, I'm with you as well. I think, Neymar being a part of the squad was way more, politically driven than
Yeah,
actual performance
yeah.
related. I'm a big fan of Neymar. I like
Me
Neymar a lot. I
too.
followed his
Me
career
too.
since the beginning, and there's nothing I'd like more than Neymar to be playing and to be having a great tournament like all the best players in the world are playing at this World Cup. But I just think his selection, I just think it was so like I think there's so many top Brazilians, João Pedro, for example, who missed
Mm,
out. an
Mm.
opportunity to perform for the nation over a player who literally came into the tournament injured,
Yeah, yeah.
and even if he
It's the
wasn't
brand.
fit,
It's like Neymar for me. It's like a brand. It's like because
exactly, it's
everybody knows him. It's like, oh, let's bring him and let's
yeah.
add that
It
factor.
feels more like they try to avoid like a media storm or like criticism from the
Yes.
people.
So it's
Um,
political. They
which is
yeah,
which is disappointing because I would have thought somebody with Carlo Ancelotti's like pedigree, like all the we talk about experience that he has. He's a big figure in football. So
yeah.
I wouldn't have thought he would have been kind of forced into picking him. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
think even if Neymar were to play, I don't even know if he would. Personally, I don't think he would have the same impact that we've seen him have at previous World Cups. I just kind of think, you know, almost his body's kind of spent. It's done out with all the injuries and everything. And I just think
Yes.
I think they're better off
Yeah, yeah,
without him in the team, to be honest with you as well.
yeah. But the thing he had is his chance, and
He did.
unfortunately, like in 2022 World Cup, he had his chance. In
Mhm.
2018 as well, he had his chance, and he didn't shine the way we wanted him to.
Mhm.
So I think it's a last minute thing, really, because I don't think it's adding anything to the team right now.
I
Um,
agree. I think it would honestly hinder the team more if he were starting games because
yes,
you think
start
of
the
all
game.
Brazil's off-ball movement and all that the high pressing and the team cohesion and the combination play of the front line. I just think of Neymar as a very talented but very like heliocentric kind of maybe borderline self-centered football player who has
Yeah.
talent. I just think it would ruin what's working right now. So
And also, he was controversial because even when he got picked, he's like, "Oh, I want Portugal to win." Like, hello, you don't do that. Like, you should have
exactly,
say, "Oh, I want Brazil to win. I'm there to help Brazil to win." So I don't know what. Like, again, I don't know because the fans love him. The Brazil fans absolutely
yeah,
love him. So it's a
as they
lot.
should, as they should, yeah,
Yeah,
as
as
they
they
should,
should. But I'm like, that if somebody is pretty much not that good, why picking him? So anyway,
exactly.
only Ancelotti knows. He can answer the question, I think.
Exactly. Now we get to one of my favorite games of the tournament, Germany and Paraguay. Massive,
Oh, that one was
massive
good.
result, massive
That was
upset.
good.
Germany won,
Yeah,
Paraguay won, and Paraguay won 4-3
on
on
penalties.
penalties.
Yeah,
What were
good.
your immediate reactions to this?
Right. So, I mean, as I said, I've been following. First time I followed the World Cup in '94.
Yeah,
Germany, for as long as I can remember, even before I started to support watch the World Cup, Germany has always been part of the equation. Now, when they started, I didn't have any confidence in them. I'm being honest with you. When the first game in the group stage, I was like, no, this is not the Germany that we all know. What
yeah,
happened to the 2014 champions? Like, what is this? I knew
mm,
they were not gonna go far, but I didn't know because usually penalties they go through. So that was
yeah.
like a first,
That was
like
their
what's going on?
first ever. That was their first ever
Yeah,
time they've lost a penalty shootout in the World Cup. That like
but
it was,
but
yeah,
Paraguay, what I love about them, they don't have that same experience that Germany, but they played like their life depended on it. They were like, you
mm,
know what, we don't care if if we're in front of Messi or Ronaldo or what. Like they were playing like the teamwork. I love they were not they were fearless,
yeah,
and I felt that they deserve something because one Germany, I think they had a goal disallowed, and I thought this is so cruel. If Paraguay were to go out like this, but
yeah,
somehow the goal was disallowed. I'm saying glad because that was injustice.
yeah.
But the
And somehow,
penalties,
yeah,
yeah, but the penalties, I'm like, for me, I feel for Neuer because he retired in 2024 and he decided to come back. I'm thinking, why would you ruin your legacy like this?
yeah.
But
And I really don't know why they
why they allowed
uh
this?
like I'm sure they do have quite a few like other German like good enough level goalkeepers to be playing. I don't know.
Yeah, but
There's a really high
Neuer,
reliance on Neuer.
Neuer, you have to like if the
It's kind of like
guys,
the same thing with Neymar and
yes,
Ronaldo. It's
but
just
if the
like
guy made just himself available and he's a World Cup winner and he's won everything possible
I thought,
club
yeah,
wise, as a coach, wouldn't you say, okay, you know what, you wanna play? Okay, come. I would take
Yeah,
him in
I
a
mean, I can
heartbeat.
see picking it. I can see, especially for like the squad and for like as a leadership role. I can definitely
Yeah,
see that.
yeah,
My thoughts on the Germany and Paraguay game. I thought it was obviously a massive, massive thing when I believe it was Enciso scored the opening goal for Paraguay.
yeah.
I thought
Oh,
it was great, and I thought they played.
they
To
play
be fair, they played
well.
pretty well, and especially defensively.
Yeah.
In terms of like overall, like an actual game, overall gameplay, I felt it wasn't, especially in the second half, it wasn't great. I mean, Germany kind of dominated the ball. They were just there swinging crosses in because they really lacked any creativity. They brought on Musiala in the second half, and he helped with that. I think they've started the game with Undav and Sane and Verts, and I thought all three of them were really poor. Like they were
They
really
were
bad in
poor.
my
But
opinion.
that's what I'm
Especially
saying. Look
especially
at the group
Sane.
stage. The group
Yeah.
stage, they were not good either. You
Yeah,
know,
other than Undav, who was coming off the bench to score goals, he did back on to Germany.
yeah,
Yeah,
disappointing.
yep. You alright, bro?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Good, I'm good, I'm good.
What's this?
Um,
I can't see. Hey, nice one.
yeah. We're currently we're just talking about all the round of 32 games, and then we'll get on to predictions later on. We're currently on the Germany
Germany, yeah.
Paraguay.
Okay, okay, no
So
problem.
if you have anything you wanted to add to the game.
Not as of yet. I'll let you guys speak and then I'll just jump in if I have anything to
All right,
say.
yeah.
Mm.
So
We
if I
basically
was
said that Germany was poor. I mean, I
Yeah, they were
said that they
poor.
were really poor. I
They
mean,
were really
yeah.
poor. I thought the game got really, really good
Hmm.
though in extra time, and obviously the
Mm,
penalties. That's when it was like, I think I remember when Musiala, that challenge he made on one of the Paraguayan defenders, where he like fully came in on him like a foul, and
Yeah,
from then it was just like yellow cards and aggressive play. And as you said, mentioned the disallowed goal, the Jonathan Tarr disallowed goal.
yeah.
I think that was ridiculous. I think it was a clear goal. Like
It was. It was. But
the
at the same
goalkeeper's
time, I felt like it was unfair because Paraguay they played so well,
yeah.
and I thought that was so harsh. It's hard, but
Yeah, it would have been yeah, it would have definitely
there's a
been
lot of
really harsh to
questionable.
see them
Not
go.
there was a lot of questionable decisions made personally in this World Cup, and I'm thinking, we need football to win because right now it's about some decisions that I don't agree with. Yeah,
Mm. I think as well with it like goalkeepers at times are like really overprotected by referees. Like I understand you know obviously in the air a lot, claiming corners and balls from the air and stuff like that.
mhm.
And obviously they need to be protected because when you're in the air you can get knocked down and the fall can be bad. But in that instant, the keeper was just state was grounded. He wasn't in the air. He was nothing. He just kind of minimal contact and he just fell down. And of course the referee called it. But I just think it was a really bad decision. And even though you know Germany played poorly and really for the course of the game deserved to go out because they offered nothing in terms of creativity and all they really did was just swing balls into the box.
Mhm.
You can imagine from their camp it's probably definitely a feeling of like robbery and stuff because they scored a valid goal, and it was disallowed. So
I think so, but they also had the chance to kind of finish the game in
yeah.
penalties, and they didn't take the chances. They had two chances. One disallowed wrongly by the VAR and the referee as well. But also the big players didn't kind of want to step up in crunch time to
Oh,
take
sorry.
penalties as well. So I do kind of feel bad for Germany in a sense as well, but at the same time they had more than enough chances to try finish off and win that game. Paraguay, I had no expectations of them going through that game. I thought it was going to be Germany all day long. But Germany, apparently Kimmich asked Goretzka maybe six times if he wanted to take the
he
penalty
did, yeah.
before Jonathan Tah went, and when they took one, he declined several times. As a guy that's won how many Bundesliga titles, played
Yeah, played Champions League
the
finals
Champions League
three.
finals, all this type of stuff, and he didn't want to take a penalty. So on one hand, I feel bad for Germany. On the other hand, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. And we kind of seen the whole Jonathan debacle happen as well. Again with the whole kind of like I'll say. USA kind of messy situation where obviously I think Messi stood on the back of somebody's ankle. That wasn't given as a
So
red card.
sorry,
Then
sorry.
when it happened to Florian Balogun, he was sent off, and now he's going to be a he's going to be a player that's not going to be available for USA in the next game as well. So I think with these type of refereeing decisions, I think it kind of ebbs and flows depending on the circumstance, the game, and also more importantly the referee as well.
Yep.
But we've been seeing nonsense refereeing decisions for the past year and a half. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I could tell you all, I could sit here all day long
Hey!
and tell you all day long about nonsense referee calls. So it's when I see dubious referee calls, I just say, listen, the referees are just crap. They're going to be crap. Whether it's the World Cup, if it's the Premier League, if it's the Champions League, it doesn't matter.
It's just football, and I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't even help as well with all these like added rules that they keep adding
yeah,
left, right, and center. I mean, you talk about inconsistencies with we've had the manual
Yeah.
red
yeah,
thing.
Oh my God, that's
Plenty
crazy.
players across the tournament have done it as well. Like Jude Bellingham, then there've been other players, and they didn't get sent off as well. So I
yeah,
mean, it's part referees are just poor. Partly they're just scared to make calls and make the right calls, and then also
yeah.
just there's too many new rules and new changes in rules and everything.
It's
So
hard to
I
keep
think
up.
I mean I just think refereeing as a whole
Mm.
is an issue, particularly in football, and not just in football, in most sports as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I want to ask, did any of you guys predict this score like that Paraguay could go through? It's, even when it went to penalties, did you think?
no, no, like I told you, I thought it was going to be Germany, even when it comes to penalties, because I think that was the first time Germany has ever lost penalties at the World Cup finals. So
Yeah,
in my mind, I was like, okay, if this goes to penalties, Germany are going to win anyways. So it was a complete
Yeah, but
shock.
see, the first time they lost
Yeah.
with penalties as well.
So
Like
that
I
was a
was
complete
very
shock. That was a
shocked.
complete shock to me.
Yeah.
I think as well it was so interesting because I mean, you mentioned about the Goretzka and Kimmich stuff, and it kind of like puts into perspective how like tense and the pressure on penalties. Because when
Mm,
I watched them walk up to the penalties, like they just look so nerve. Like obviously it is a like nerve wracking moment, but like you think of Germany in the past and all the penalty shootouts that they've won, and it's like it was kind of like nothing to them stepping
mhm.
up and scoring. But like there were so many German players like Nick Voltemade. Like I know he's a good penalty taker. I've seen him
Yeah.
take a few for Newcastle, and I mean he looked so shocked. Like he had that double stutter, and he was a poor penalty. He had Havertz miss, and then obviously Jonathan Tah as well. He
I
clearly he
think
didn't want to take it.
I think in this day and age as well, because I think players do kind of know the situation with social media. You score a penalty, you're a hero, and if you miss one, you're going to be vilified on social media, and people are going to talk about it for years
And
and
if you're
years to
black,
come.
you get racism. I mean, look at the Dutch.
Exactly. So it's I think in this day and age now, especially with the how more prominent social media is, especially football discourse, I think you're thinking about just not only the penalty for yourself or for your country and all that kind of stuff, but you're also kind of thinking the potential downside of it if you do step up there and you miss.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Especially with black players as well, like you just mentioned, Thelma as well. You already think in your head, oh, if I miss this penalty, what kind of DMs am I going to get? What kind of messages people are going to say to me? What's even the newspapers and stuff like that going to say in my own country? Because you know how the English media are, you know how they killed and slated Bukayo Saka, Michael Rashford, and Jadon Sancho back a couple of years ago as well. So I think now people are more scared to take penalties just because they know the potential repercussions.
The
yeah.
pressure, yeah.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
think of as well how it like affects players as well. After
yeah.
like Sancho, I know like he must have been really affected. In fact, all the any player really who receives it, like you know,
Yeah, like I
Mm.
they
watched
like
the sorry to call you to put in, but I watched the Amazon obviously Arsenal the documentary that we did on Amazon and how that penalty missed really did affect Bukayo Saka. Just watching it behind the scenes, the people
I
he was
watched the
talking to.
documentary as well.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. You just see from one side they miss the penalties and they get racially abused and blah blah, but you don't actually see how it affects the person genuinely as well.
so, yeah.
Oh, sad.
But I think it'd be good then to move on to maybe complimentary on some of the Paraguayan players. I got notes down on it. I mentioned Enciso who scored the opening
Hmm.
but I also wanted to talk about Almiron,
Hmm.
like former Newcastle player for anybody who didn't like people who didn't know, but I thought he was really really good, really
Yeah. The whole
added to the
the
game.
whole game, yeah.
He ran like crazy, covered so much ground. He was such a threat on attacking, but also did the job
Defender as well.
defensively as well. as well. Canales, the centre back. I think it was his fifth cap that game. That was his fifth ever like game for Paraguay, and he had a great game. I mean, the whole back line really had a good game. It's hard to single one person out because they were all there. They were all solid. They all defended well as a unit, but
Mm,
he individually was like somebody who I noticed, and he scored the winning penalty as well.
mm.
Pretty top scored against Neuer, which is a easy feat. And also the goalkeeper as well. I don't actually couldn't remember his name, but I know the goalkeeper. Obviously, he didn't deserve penalties, and he just had a good game. So, I think a shout out to Paraguay, and
Yeah, well done to them.
yeah, massive, massive upset. And but they're probably not even going to be the biggest underdog story that we'll go on to talk about. But, next game was Netherlands and Morocco.
Oh God, Netherlands. A team that I thought expected to go a bit
Give me
further.
2 seconds, guys. I'll jump back in. Give me 2 seconds as
Yeah,
well.
no
Okay,
problem.
yeah. Now I was expecting them to go a bit further, given their rich history as well. But I don't know because the group stage they were actually quite good.
The
So
Netherlands, yeah, yeah,
yeah, so I'm
I
thinking
agree.
what happened, and we also
Yeah.
like
I remember,
Morocco.
I remember going into it like I didn't have them high. I didn't think they were that good. I thought, like, I just didn't think of them as doing too well, even though they had gone to the semi-finals of the Euros. I knew they were missing a couple players like Xavi Simons, but like you said, they were really good in the group stage. And
Yeah,
I just don't, I don't like. I remember in the group stage they played good, like good, nice flowing football, balls into the box, balls, long balls into Brian Robbery. Like they played good, nice football, nice slick football. It was entertaining football, and they were scoring a lot. And then for whatever
no,
reason,
I don't know if you say if you read what they said, but apparently the coach
hmm,
wanted for them to be defensive, and I'm
yeah,
thinking you can't do that. Morocco, you underestimated them.
that's yeah, that's and to be fair, that's what you're saying is to be fair going along with the lines of what I was saying is what like the whole game just changed. Like I feel like
Yeah,
when the game big game when it wasn't a group stage game, a knockout stage game, that football that we saw from the hoop was gone. I mean, Morocco pretty much dominated. Like I
they
think it's
did.
fair to say. I mean, Cody Gap, I think a moment for him and his partner, they lost their child.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I feel
Yeah,
bad
in
for that.
situ. Exactly.
Yeah,
And so, but he scored as well, which was a
it
great
was
moment.
poignant as well. Yeah, it's
Exactly, it
nice.
was a good moment. Could brought a tear to the eye. And he deserved moment as well. He's been a good player. I mean, he's
He
always
has.
been good for the Netherlands. So
Yeah, no, this match, I can't believe Van Dijk was like, "Oh yeah, we did very well defensively." Well, no, you didn't because your game plan was being negative, and he
mm,
basically was against you. What they should have done was attack, play the flawless football they've been playing. But I think they also knew the threat of Morocco. Maybe that's why they played the way they did.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Morocco, I don't think anyone should ever underestimate them again. I mean, last World Cup they knocked out Spain and Portugal. The African Cup of Nations, okay, for controversial reason, they are the current champions, but regardless what people think. So
yeah.
I feel like they deserve to advance, definitely.
Morocco are really, really good. I mean, they really kind of. I feel like nobody really took too much notice of them until the 2022 World Cup, and ever
Mm,
since then they've kind of just exploded into this really like good tournament team. Like I mean,
a
like you
force.
mentioned,
Mm.
exactly like you mentioned, semi-final at the World Cup, first African nation ever to do so. At the African Cup of Nations, they went all the way to the final. Obviously, controversial circumstances, but they won the trophy. I guess and they really outplayed Holland. Like
Totally.
look good. I mean,
And I wanted to point out something. There were a couple of former Dutch players that said that made that comment that for me that was very out of line. That oh, if you're rubbish and you're Moroccan, but you were born in Holland, if you're rubbish, you play for Morocco. But I'm thinking
yeah,
that makes no sense because like that's what they chose,
yeah, and
So
well, I mean, I guess they've been proven wrong because they were
yeah, they did,
completely
and I'm so
outplayed.
glad. I'm so glad.
In fact, that makes me more happy now that they actually did knock. Because I'm a fan. I do like Morocco. I watched them throughout the group stage as well. I remember. they played really well, particularly in like first half an hour against Brazil. So I've been pretty high on them. So
Yeah, they
I'm
did.
glad that they were
They
able
even
to.
outplayed Brazil a little bit, I think.
Exactly. Just yeah, in that
Yeah.
first 30 minutes. Shout out to Sabari. So I think that's how you pronounce him. He's striker, centre forward for Morocco.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been very he was had a very good game and a very good tournament as well.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I can't wait to see how far they go because they're very
Exactly.
exciting. You don't I don't know, I don't like to say this, but you feel like it's a Brazilian Morocco. I don't know. It's like
No, I mean I see I can hear what you're
yeah,
saying like
yeah.
in terms of the way they play really
It's
well.
so
They actually play,
well.
they've got a good
And you see
form
the
of play off the
unity, they play
exactly.
like a team. It's not you don't see individuality, it's actually all together as a group. And I do think that they represent Africa so well. Seriously. And no matter what people think, oh, but it's not they're not really part of Africa. Well they are. And I think they are gonna go far. I hope they do. Anyway.
Um we could also mention I don't know if you remember the save in extra time.
Oh, that
That
was good.
like ridiculous save that was made in extra time by the Dutch goalkeeper. I think
Yeah,
that's
that was sick.
probably other than the Cody Gakpo moment, that was probably their only really incredible moment of that entire game. It was just such a crazy save. The one it was off the hand and off the knee. It was yeah, I mean that was
Ridiculous.
remarkable.
Yeah, but honestly, Holland, I really hope that they can go, like they can go again. It's so cruel because this is the one World Cup team that have gone to three finals, never to win it. So hopefully one day.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they needed like a reset. To be honest with you,
Yes,
like
they
as a,
do.
I don't know if you've seen with the Italy. I know the Netherlands aren't in a such as dire situation as Italy, who haven't qualified for like
For
the last
yeah.
three World Cups. But I still think like a reset. I mean, you talked about the three finals. They went to two finals playing that total football, that like
Mm.
really great brand of football, fluid football, entertaining football. To now, it's just like they it's just such like defensively minded football, just no real attacking game plan, just long ball it up to
Yeah, no
the centre
ideas, no
forwards.
creativity. There's no
There's nothing to
yeah.
it. They don't ever look like
So hmm.
scoring, and I mean that's what the goal that they scored was so surprising. I mean it came I think just after the hydration break, but
But you're right. I think a reset would be good for them and explore the new talents, the new Dutch talents, and
exactly look into
do
the
a
academies
revamp.
and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do a revamp and see what. Because I do believe that it's a good football nation. I don't know why, but I've always been a fan of them for some
yeah.
reason. But I do think a reset. That's what they need, and they'll get there. Yeah.
But as bad as we have said that they were in this game, they did almost win it, if not, but not for the late equalizer from Morocco. There've been a lot of late goals in this round of 32. I want to talk a little bit on Van Dijk. I think I've watched a lot of
Legend.
this one. He's a great player, legendary figure for both not just Holland but also Liverpool as well in
Yeah.
the Premier League.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I do think I am critical because I feel he could have done a bit better. Or and as well, same with I forget who the centre back next to him was. Cup Miners was playing at the time. The way they just allowed the Moroccan player just in between them, he just went in between them and got a free header in between two Dutch centre backs. And you talk about how they played defensively. The manager said they wanted to go in with a defensive mindset. Um, Probably in respects to the attacking quality of Morocco, you would have just thought they would have defended better a situation like that because it was a defendable. Like it wasn't like some screamer, some unstoppable goal. It was just poor defending.
Yes, but you know what? You have to give credit to Morocco. Simple credit where credit is due. They've done well and they deserve to be where they are right now. Because we can see they don't just dominate in the AFCON, but they also back-to-back World Cups. It's actually so
They
it's
turned
a
up,
nation
yeah,
we need to take more seriously. I think, and I like the fact they feel like they have nothing to lose, and that's amazing. They have
exactly.
nothing to prove. They just enjoy. I think they
Just come
enjoy
to
the
play,
football.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
amazing.
We got one of the worst penalty shootouts, if not the worst penalty shootouts of all time between those two teams. I mean, everyone was just missing left, right, and center.
Yeah.
It was such a like, especially as well because this game it went on for a while. Like it was quite late in the I don't know whereabouts you're from, but where I'm living, it
Where do you
was.
live?
I'm based in the UK.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, so I mean, I was awake late for this game, and I was just begging and praying for it because the game itself was really like. I mean, I thought
It was
Morocco did well,
intense.
but
Was
yeah, it was tense, but it was also just like at times uneventful, kind of boring, and you were kind of just hoping and praying that it ended, and you had the equalizer, which was a great moment, but it was like, oh, the game has to go on for longer, and then we ended up doing penalties, and just everyone was missing, like
Oh
everyone.
yeah, that was the worst case of penalties. Yeah, but that's why I would say the best team always end up winning. So Morocco deserved it. Disappointed with the Dutch again. I really miss that era of the Van Basten and Cruyff. That's amazing.
I mean, yeah,
Even
I mean,
even the
they're so
20 the,
far away from that
yeah,
now.
but
Like,
even the 2010 team that went to the final, the Schneider, the Van Persie, and I miss. You know what? Dutch football, they need a complete reset. They need a clearance.
you start again in
Start
terms of
again, I think. And also, when you look at the Moroccan team, a lot of them grew up in Holland. So the advantage they have, they know the Dutch very well. So they knew the weaknesses.
yeah.
So no, they need a complete revamp, reset, and I think they'll come back again. Never rule the Dutch out.
Massive shout out as well to Bono, the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah,
He's such a
important.
what's the word for it? He's just such a massive frame in those goal in between the sticks for especially
Yeah,
when it comes to penalty shootouts. I mean, Morocco have been in their fair share of penalty shootouts, and he's always a fixture in them. He always almost decides them. He's kind of like Martinez and Donnarumma in the way.
yeah.
He's just like
Martinez is great. Yeah.
yeah, they're just like both in terms of particularly penalty shootouts. They just seem so comfortable and so calm.
Mm. Yeah, even under the pressure, I like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Now, Bono, amazing. I think Morocco, they have everything to be successful for years to come. So,
it's a good team.
very good.
Ivory Coast and Norway. Um,
Yeah,
it,
that one was. I think I'm gonna be controversial, but why was Ireland allowed to be on the bench? Like, why? I just need to understand. I mean, if you are Norwegian and you have a player of that caliber and you pay money and the guy's on the bench, I didn't get it.
but I guess he made the difference in like scoring the winning goal. He almost missed it as well. That tough. I don't know if you like he almost
Yeah,
beat.
yeah, it did, but again, I don't know. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's a lot of like, okay, if you're first, we might face this person. If you're second, I don't know. I don't like some of the tactics some teams are using. Maybe it's me, maybe it's in my head, but that's how I feel a little bit.
In terms of what, in terms of just like the team selections and
Yeah, the team selections. I feel like if a team in a group stage finish first or second, I don't know which one is the hardest route, but I'm like, you're in it to win it. And Norway, to everybody's surprise, they actually did very well in the group
in
stage.
that group, yeah.
Yeah, they did very well. But Ireland again, it's not just him, but he brings something like je ne sais quoi in French. How to say this, but he brings something
He has
special.
five
Yeah,
goals, I believe, at this World Cup. His first ever World Cup as well. I
first
mean,
World Cup,
we
he's
all knew
doing
he's a
well.
world-class striker.
He
I
is
think
world class.
definitely
He's
maybe
amazing.
top three centre forward in the world.
He's
But I mean,
amazing.
five goals is I don't know, five goals in the three games he's played. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
his
just he's
first
almost
World Cup
immaculate.
ever. And no one expected Norway because people might think, oh, but Ireland is just one man. What can they do? But actually, they play to the togetherness in Norway.
Mm.
And I love the rowing thing they do. They get the
The
fans
crowd,
engaged.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
like it as well.
there's, it's funny for a nation that's never been to World Cup before and actually outdoing, like Ivory Coast, you've been to the World Cup before. How can you allow Norway to outsmart you like that? Like, I don't know. Stand
Yeah,
your
and I mean,
ground. Stand your
yeah,
ground. Like,
yeah, we talk about Holland and obviously he's great. He's great. But the team as well themselves are really good. Like, I mean, on the podcast, the last episode of the podcast, we mentioned about the France game where Norway played France and Norway basically played with their B team against France. And in the second half, they really gave it a go. I mean, they played well. I mean, of course, France already withdrew; they were already qualified, so you could, and they were ahead, of course, 3-1. So you could argue they just didn't take the second half seriously. But that B team showed how good Norway are as a team, as a collective.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As a team, they're amazing. And the thing is, I underestimated them. I
Yeah,
felt like they're gonna be rock bottom of the group, but actually,
really.
they were just they are surprising everyone. But what I love the way they've won over the crowd. No, you don't even have to be Norwegian. Everyone is taking part. The whole world is taking part of this rowing business. I honestly, Norway, they won me over. I do think that this could be one of many World Cups for them.
I was actually I actually had belief in Norway. I thought they would I thought they'd go through that group, and I thought depending on the teams that they drew in the knockout stages, they could go decently far.
They can,
And
and they
I'm
will.
trying to think of, I can't remember if I predicted them to beat Ivory Coast, but I guess it doesn't matter. They've already done it. But yeah, I mean, the team's really good. Ivory Coast, I think Ivory Coast had a good tournament in my opinion. I think they had top players, out wide with Ahmad and Diomande was,
Diallo.
Diomande's well done, uh, I think PSG, somewhere like that. But yeah, no, I think Ivory Coast had a good tournament. They had a good game as well. I mean, Ahmad's goal to you
Yeah,
saw that
Ahmad, that was no, that was
was a
sick. I felt
Messi-esque.
like it was a little Manchester derby going on with Alan.
That was no, that was a really good goal.
Mm.
And it kind of frustrated me that like it was a tap in that decided the game. I thought Ivory Coast played well enough to get back into the game and maybe force the extra time, but it is Norway who eventually went through. Uh, Next game up was France and Sweden.
Oh, France, I think it's fair to say they are favourite to win the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean,
Since
I don't think
honestly, I
anybody in the
don't think
world can
anyone can
disagree with
argue with
that.
that.
Yeah,
What I don't like that's happening right now in France. I'm sorry to be political. I'm sorry to be, but I don't like a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, but imagine there was no Africans in that team." Listen, from my experience, I've followed France from when they started to be the team that we know from '98. All
yeah,
these players were born in France. They are entitled to choose.
yeah.
So if they wanted to play for the
So
family, that's their business. But you need if you're gonna attack them based on the origin, but attack them based on the performance. Because right now they are performing everyone. Right now
exactly.
they are
Yeah,
untouchable. They are Olise and Mbappe, them two together.
the connection is
I
crazy.
hope Mourinho buys Olise.
I'm
Yeah, I'm telling
I'm
you,
saying they
them
have to.
two.
Yeah, they
No,
have to.
them
It like
two. Nah,
in all case, any like they have to bring it. If it means they
no.
have to break the transfer
Yeah,
record,
200 million. This guy's worth it.
they
I'm
have to.
sorry, but he's what,
Have to do it.
2023, 2022.
He's. I mean, we'll
It's
get onto
young.
Mbappe. We'll get onto Mbappe later. But I mean,
No, but
Olise,
Olise right now is the star of the show.
his playmaking, his chance creation, it's. Do
He's the
you remember
star.
his that scissor kick? The scissor kick he did in the first half, the one that went off the post.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
he's ridiculous. He's
This
remarkable.
guy,
I mean,
this guy
he
could have
has to come to
this
Madrid.
guy,
He
this
has
guy
to.
could have played for England if he wanted to. He could have
Yeah.
played for Nigeria, I believe, if he wanted to. And people, I think the French press even criticized him, say, "Oh, but this guy can't even speak French." I think now they're quiet because I don't even care if the guy can't even understand French. You
Because
are
he plays
outclassing.
like he's French
Nah,
though.
this guy,
He's
listen, he
ridiculous. And I
is
mean,
ridiculous.
yeah, I mean
He's the
from
star of the
one
show. He should be the. I think FIFA should. I think there's a. They always give player of the tournament. I think this guy should win it hands down. He's
you think
amazing. Olise, I
I mean
think.
I think he's been great. I think probably I mean depending on his age, I think he's 23, so he might just miss out on young player of the tournament. But
But the
no, he's
player of the
been
tournament, he's been great. I'm telling you, I think Mourinho needs to beg to have him in Real Madrid because him and Mbappe, there's something with them two, and I
it's almost
love the
telepathic.
connection.
It's almost telepathic
Yeah.
their relationship. And I mean, we've mentioned him, so I guess we'll keep talking about Mbappe. Is
Oh,
I
this
mean,
guy. I mean, you win your first World Cup, 19 years old in 2018.
what in
You
the
have
final? Yeah.
you scored the final, and then 2022 you score a hat trick. You know
I feel
what?
like the World Cup is really like the
It's
World Cup is like
written. It's
it's his
written for them.
tournament. It really like I mean I go back to the 2018 World Cup. I remember that so fondly, and I just remember Mbappe was a great player before it, but I feel like the 2018 World Cup is his kind of like his
That was
announcement
his.
to the world.
That's it.
That was
Yeah.
when everybody kind of all around the world took notice. And we all know about the hat trick in the 2022 World Cup final where
Yeah,
it just cemented his
yeah,
legacy.
he could
And I
have
mean,
made, yeah, he could have been the difference. It was the
exactly.
difference, but
He's almost single-handedly. And then I mean, you then take this World Cup, and I think people don't even talk about the kind of pressure he was under because you think about the season he had. He's had two kind of trophyless seasons at Madrid. I know he's won a couple cups, but trophyless seasons at Madrid. And the
yeah,
expectation of
the
people
expectation is horrible. Ah,
having him at the World Cup, they kind of just say Mbappe has to perform at the World Cup.
it
Just
has, yeah, silence all the
he
critics.
has. He's
He
silenced
has.
everybody.
No one
Yeah,
can say anything about him, and he's still
he's
young. He's what?
generational.
How old is he? Is he 20? I don't even.
27. Yeah, he's 20. He turns
Yeah,
20 this year.
he's at his prime right
Exactly.
now, and
And
I
he's playing
think,
like it. He's
and
playing
he's
like
playing
it.
like it, and I do believe that this. I think he needed the World Cup to prove a point, and it's exactly what he's doing. And
I
frankly, he
remember,
doesn't
yeah,
need to prove a point. He's a
he's
great
already
player.
done. I agree. I
Yeah,
just think the hate he receives is so kind of unfair and so
yeah.
forced in a way because he's a player, you think about your Messi's and Ronaldo's and like the generation after them. He's by far the best
King.
after that
Yeah.
Messi and Ronaldo generation. And I mean, I watch a lot of Real Madrid and watch a lot of Mbappe, and I remember this season he started off really really well and scoring goals for fun, playing good football. He just looked great. He looked very much back to his best and he suffered a knee injury at the start of the 2026 at the start of 2026 and he's just looked so off it. I mean, I know he still finished with goals and stuff like that, but
But it's not.
his,
Yeah, yeah.
his
The
overall game
injury.
was kind of poor. And I was wondering, is that going to play a part at this World Cup? Is he going to be affected at this World Cup? But it genuinely looks like he
Yeah.
almost, I don't know how to like. He almost took the season off, like took the end part of the season off. He kind of like sleptwalked through it, just to save himself and preserve himself for this tournament. And like, it's really working because he looks great. He looks
He looks
in
amazing
shape.
in
He's
shape.
sharp.
Yeah.
He's like
Him,
he's
him and Usman Dembele as well. I don't know. There's a trio with Olise. Like, I don't know what it
yeah,
is,
and then
but
and Barcola as well.
oh
Like he looks great
yeah.
as
Oh
well.
no, France. Honestly, I don't know who can stop them, but
They
it will
just
take
look so
something special because I can't see anyone right now. No,
they're quick. They're
they
quick. They connect
aggressive.
well.
They connect
Exactly.
well. They
They press
defend
and they
well.
finish. They're so clinical. I mean, you mentioned about how the Brazil teams from the 90s and the early 2000s, though kind of your first memories. How do you compare this kind of front four of France to like Ronaldo,
Wait, do you want me to compare it?
Coutinho?
Let's go
Yeah.
back to 98 World Cup. That's exactly what I'm seeing, like a mirror. I feel like that's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I see the Vieira's quality in that team. I also see the Thierry quality in that team. I mean, we're gonna go on forever about that French team right now, but
Yeah,
they
I mean, I
have,
think it's just I
they're
think they're the clear
ridiculous. They are
favorites.
just,
In terms of individuals and just how they're playing. I think as well one more mention on Mbappe. I mean, 18 goals in 18
yeah,
World
two
Cups.
behind Messi. And you know what? Yeah, he's gonna break the record one way or another. Messi, I'm a big fan of yours, but just know your record will be broken. This
I
guy
mean,
is not playing. Have you seen how upset he is? He wants to score goals. He's
yeah,
basically firing. He wants that's the mentality that you want from him. He wants to score goals.
but the
No,
world of him as well. He's not even like he has that drive and that like moving and that mindset, the mentality, but he's not even too selfish either. Like, I mean,
yeah, he
I
passes
watched
the
the game.
ball. Yeah,
He scored two goals, but he could have, if he wanted to. I feel like
he
he
could
could
have
have
scored
had more. But
more.
he
Yeah.
was, he was trying. I think they were trying to get Olise on the score sheet. I mean, I think he's assisted 5 goals, but he just hasn't been able to, get a
Convert
finish
them,
on it and
yeah.
score a goal. And I remember a lot of
Listen,
times they tried to play the ball to him. But I mean,
no, don't worry about it. Listen,
Dembele's great.
they have enough, they have more than enough, I think, to win this World Cup. And
Absolutely.
if
I
they
mean,
mess,
Elise doesn't have to score a goal. I mean, I actually I did a predictions video and I predicted Elise wouldn't score a goal. Like, not because I thought he'd have a bad tournament. I just thought, a combination of Mbappe, Dembele, all the players that they have, he might not be able to get on the score sheet.
no, but
But even
listen,
if he doesn't get on the score sheet, I mean, he's
doesn't
still
matter.
gonna,
This guy's,
and
he's
he
playing
doesn't need to.
fantastic. He doesn't even need to. I mean,
Exactly.
what he does it's more than scoring goals because creating goals is even
Exactly.
harder than actually scoring goals. Because if somebody spoon feeds you, the hard work has been done already. This guy is going to dominate football for a while. And I've said it. I said this guy is amazing. People are, oh, but he's
Amazing.
so young. This is his first World Cup. It doesn't matter. Do you
I
know
know,
what?
bro.
He's gonna be somebody to watch. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
mean,
probably, I mean, look at him in Bayern Munich running the show. He's doing great.
and he pretty much translated that to the international stage. I mean, they ran through Sweden, to be honest. I thought Sweden might have a little bit. I mean, I definitely thought France would go through, but I thought, Isak and Gyökeres, they've looked good together. They combine well together. But I mean,
Yeah.
Sweden really had no answer. I
They
mean,
had no answer.
France
They
could have
just,
France could have scored more as well. Like
they
they had
could have, yeah.
plenty of chances, and
Yeah. But you know what? I think they did the right thing. Save your energy, yeah, and that's exactly what they did. And I'm glad that Didier
yeah, they looked
Deschamps
so
took,
good. Yeah,
yeah, but Deschamps also took Mbappe out so that I think to prevent injuries as well because he knows if we want to win this World Cup, this guy needs to be fit every single game. So
absolutely.
he did the right thing, I think. Yeah. Now France is the team to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, they're great watch. Every game I've watched of them, other than like the first half against Senegal, they've just blown me away. Like
They are.
everything about them.
Yeah.
And up next was Mexico and Ecuador, and Mexico beat Ecuador 2-0.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Mexico, yeah. They listen,
whole nation kind of
they
like
I love the unity. I love the fact that they are hosts, but they're not under pressure because when you're a hosting nation, there's a lot of expectations and they're not showing it. And I think that they deserve to be where they are right now. And they haven't considered a single goal. I don't know if you realize, but every game they played, no goal conceded.
they'd probably get brushed. Like people probably wouldn't even pay attention to it as well. But it's impressed. That's really impressive, to
It
be
is
fair.
impressive. Yeah, so I was watching. I'm like, I mean, I have to be honest. This is the first World Cup that the host nations have actually been doing very well. Because Canada, you think who are they? But actually, look at them now. you know,
It does remind
United.
you of like Russia back in 2018, like
Yeah,
how well Russia were as the host nation. Um, we had in the
Mexico
next
very well.
game, England versus Congo. England scrapes past
Yeah,
2-1.
I mean, let's
Basically, to summarize, Harry Kane
Harry
was
Kane.
the
If
savior.
this guy is a savior, but I do believe that England relies on him a lot. Personally, I feel like Congo, if they really wanted to, they could have scraped past themselves, England. But I'm seeing a pattern with the African teams, especially the second half. The concentration is slowly going, and also the energy. And England, they had a point to prove, and they worked hard to turn the game around, and they did. But
Yeah,
do they have the quality to win the World Cup? I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know. I feel bad saying that because I like England. We live in England. We all know English football, but I
yeah.
do believe that they are missing something. I don't know what it is. Declan Rice, I'm not saying as an Arsenal fan, but he's working double, and there should be other people helping him because I feel like he's doing everything. He's helping defenders, he's creating chances, he's in the midfield, and it's like, give this guy a break.
And to be
Look,
fair, I do see what you mean. I think it was definitely like it was a weird like I mean, Congo scored so early on, and then like
yeah,
it was a big surprise, and I feel like you could really feel the kind of pressure on England. You could like tell that they were feeling it. I think as well it can't be like forgotten as like kind of England were poor, but they did create a lot. I mean, I remember the Congo goalkeeper. He made like a string of like really
saves,
good saves,
yeah.
particularly with Bellingham. Like a lot of like I
Oh,
don't know,
Bellingham.
really
Oh,
high
Bellingham is
headers,
amazing. This guy.
blunt headers.
Oh, I'm a massive Bellingham fan, and I have to say he helps. Like I love the fact that he helps create goals. Like if he knows he can't score, he will help somebody else. I love the selflessness of himself. Like him and Kane, they work really well together. But for me, Declan Rice right now is the one running the show. He's really,
I actually agree with you on the because I mean Declan Rice even had to do a job at right back.
yeah.
later
doing
on in the game.
everything.
I think yeah. I mean, I think like you talk about England missing something. I actually do agree with that. I feel like they're really missing a number 10 because it's great. Like
Mm,
I when I think of Bellingham and Rice, I think of them as great athletes and great kind of players who can do it all, and but I kind of think that number 10, like a kind of Cole Palmer, Phil Foden kind of player. I mean, I guess Eze
yeah,
maybe that might be
Eze, yeah,
what you're
Eze,
talking
yeah.
about in terms of
Mm.
them missing something. Because you think about their chances that they created, it's really just crossing the ball into the box and hoping, as opposed to like being genuinely able to break down a team. That's just
Absolutely.
my what I thought. I mean,
But yeah, but England has to be careful because further down the line, they're gonna meet opponents that are really like, if you give them a chance, they will destroy you. So
because that's
far,
what you're right. Because that's what they did give. Like, I mean, Congo, with a slightly
kept,
better
kept,
set of forward,
yeah,
they could
kept
have
on
won 2
coming.
nil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did
So
have
you can't
players. I
do
mean,
that.
I
You
think
can't
England
give.
did as well.
Yeah, but you can't do
It's
that
just
against France. You can't do that against Argentina. You need to wake
yeah,
up. You can't do that stuff. So
sure,
let's
yeah,
see how they go. But personally, England is scraped by. I think they need to play like, one thing I realized with England is that when the first half is poor, somehow they turn up second half
yeah.
and play better. But you need to
Because
do
they have
that.
the names. I think it's because they have the like big names. Like when you think of Congo, as well as they played and as well as they've been at this World Cup, they're not. They're not France. They're not Spain. So you kind of think they have the names like Bellingham and Kane who are match winners. That's
Yeah,
why they kind of
yeah.
get through these games.
And you
But
got other players that can make a difference, like Eze
exactly,
and
yeah.
Declan Rice. So yeah, let's see how far England can go. I'm not sure if they can
Kane
win.
though, Harry Kane.
Oh, Harry Kane is world
We need
class.
to give him a shout out and mention. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
he turned the
world
game
class.
around on his
I
own.
mean, look at him at Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
He wanted to move somewhere where he can win trophies. That's exactly what he's done, and he's scoring like everywhere this guy goes. He's scoring goals.
he
He
has
can,
72 goals,
yeah,
like for club and country. Like this is like
it's
only
insane.
Messi. He's outscored Ronaldo like at Ronaldo, but I mean he's just a
It's
goal machine. And he's
insane.
been that since even Tottenham days as well. Like he's
He
always
was,
been
yeah.
scoring
It's always been, yeah. This
goals.
guy is gonna be the difference for
Yeah.
with winning and losing for England. And
Oh,
so far, he has,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
And I think as well, he gets such a bad rap as well. Everyone, people always like to say about how he's, not clutch. He doesn't turn up when it matters for teams. And I think
I
it's so
think he
harsh.
did. He
For
does.
sure, he's had he's had moments where he's kind of crumbled under the pressure, maybe disappeared in a big game. But like, you think of like games like this against Congo when everything was on the line and he turned up and he literally on his own changed the game. I mean, that second goal was just like that was a
That was
joke,
sick. That
like
was a joke.
pure
Seriously.
joke.
No, he's good. I think Harry Kane, and the sad thing about it, is he gonna be there for the next World Cup? I'm not sure. I think we need to make most of him now because soon we're
They
not
don't
gonna
have
have
a
that.
great replacement. Yeah, they don't
No,
have a. A key thing that's been talked about with England is their right back situation and who can play right back. With obviously Reece James being injured, you know, uh, I thought Jed Spence had a good game. Obviously the goal came from his side, but I don't think it was his fault. And I think outside of that, I thought he had a very good game. Of course, Thomas Tuchel, Kyle Walker retired from England, and Trent Alexander-Arnold was left off the squad entirely. Do you think that was a mistake from Tuchel in his right back selections?
so listen,
What
Tuchel
are your
had
thoughts?
a very tough call to make, and let's be honest. Trent, did he have a good season? Not really.
No,
Let's
no, it picked up a little bit at the end, but it started off
Yeah, but
very bad.
again, when you look at the whole season,
Yeah, yeah, I
would you
agree. As
risk
a whole,
someone? Would you risk someone for this is a very important tournament. So if it's based on that, then he has. I mean, Tuchel made a very tough call. There's a lot of players that he didn't bring, and people were questioning like, why, how. So I don't know if he done that to make a point
yeah.
or he saw the overall
I think it's
seasons.
affecting them now because I mean, like I think Jed Spence played well, but you talk about the uh, quality from set piece areas and the crosses into the box. I mean, that's almost kind of Trent Alexander-Arnold's bread and butter.
Yeah, but even Maguire, they didn't pick him.
Exactly. I
He
mean,
has
that's a threat as well.
for me,
Errors.
he had a decent season. I mean, when you think overall Man United, they haven't been playing great ever since Ferguson left, but he has been consistent. This season, okay, everybody say, oh yeah, Bruno Fernandes, but Maguire was there too. So we have to be fair. He made some tough calls. I hope he's not going to regret it, but now it is what it is. But yeah, it's going to
It definitely
be.
just feels like the pieces missing in that
Yeah, there
squad.
is. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there's something missing. I don't know what it is, but let's see. The one thing I know is that I'm not sure they have enough to win the World Cup. Personally, that's what I think. So hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I mean, I could like, I think should they beat Mexico, their next game would be between Norway and Brazil. Like, I mean, I could see them beating Brazil, but I could also see Brazil beating them. So it really,
It's a
for me,
50-50,
it could
yeah.
be any. Yeah, it
It
could
could
be
be
any.
any. So the thing is, if England turn up on the day, I mean, look at what they did to Croatia, because
Exactly.
that's the best game I've seen England play for a long time.
Yeah.
Literally, like
But do you think, given how all the other games, the 0-0 with Ghana, the 2-0 against Panama, but it wasn't a great performance. This game, could that Croatia game have maybe been a fluke to you, maybe a one-off? Because they
I,
really, it looks like they struggle to create in like high quality chances without, just having to swing the ball into the box
the
repeatedly.
Ghana one, I'm not sure what happened there, but I feel like England were not taking the chances, and this is quite surprising because they had what it takes to beat Ghana. They could have if they really wanted to. Croatia, I don't know if it's a fluke, but that was actually very.
Belgium and Senegal create that crazy game.
Oh, I like Belgium.
Senegal were ahead 2-0. I mean, it wasn't
Oh,
really,
so
I think
sorry.
getting
Let me
close.
take that call. Sorry, I'll be back. One sec.
Yeah. So, Senegal 2-0 up. I mean, it wasn't really close at all. It was really one-sided. Belgium offered absolutely nothing. I mean, De Bruyne, uh, Trossard, like there was nothing. The Catalan, they offered nothing from offensive standpoints. Doku was really one of the few offensive threats in that game. Uh, but then he was subbed out after 55 minutes, as was De Bruyne. And I really felt like that was De Bruyne's last kind of last dance at an international tournament, given his age and his recent performances. And, it was just surprising because it felt almost as though Garcia had just kind of thrown in the white towel, thrown in the towel and given up because Belgium offered nothing. They really looked poor. They really looked poor in the game of Senegal. I mean, Senegal outran them. They beat them second balls, created better and higher quality chances. Um, and I just don't know what happened. Like basically 85th minute or so, Lukaku scored, and even then you're just thinking it's a consolation, but nothing's gonna come from it. And then it's just massive mistake from the goalkeeper, allowing Tielemans to get the header and head the ball into an empty net pretty much. And um, you really just felt like he kind of, I don't want to blame him for it, but kind of let down a nation because they were through. They were like, it was all done. Belgium weren't even a match for them. And then, of course, we go to extra time and Belgium get that last minute penalty. It's basically AFCON all over again. Just
I know. So
talking
sorry.
about the penalty that Belgium got for
It wasn't fair. It was not fair. It was not fair, man.
yeah. It's because it's like you've seen them given and then you've also seen them not given, and it's just like it felt like the AFCON final all over again, to be honest. I'm
Do you
surprised they
know
didn't.
what? Belgium is very tricky. They had a golden generation back in the 2010s. This Belgium, I think we're going back with Holland. They need a complete reset. Amazing for them, they made it through, but just by. And I don't think they got what it takes to win yet. For me, the one player that impresses me, I love Doku. I'm a big Doku
Big fan.
fan. This
Very big fan.
guy, I think they should center the game around him.
I agree. And I was talking about when you left. I was talking about it. Doku goes subbed out in the 55th minute, and I couldn't believe it. I didn't
That's
understand. Like
dumb. That's dumb.
I understood De Bruyne getting subbed out because De Bruyne just had a poor game. But Doku was the only real bright spark in a really
Even De
bad
Bruyne, how old is he? This guy is at the end anyway.
This is probably, I mean, this probably was going to be his last one, and but
I mean, it's got a powerful legacy, but Doku is very much the next, you know.
he's the star of that team. I mean, in terms of
Yeah, I think they should center the game around him because he's creative. I mean, look at him at Man City. Look at the
almost won the league off Arsenal. You know, his first one that
almost,
season.
but you know what?
Remember the Everton,
This guy,
Brentford
he
game
has
as well.
a bright future, and I'm sure you've seen the backlash he received for going home to be with his partner. I'm like,
His
he's a
first child,
human.
right?
Yeah, he's a human being. Like he showed the world, look, there's more to football than there's more to life than just football. So I'm glad that he stood his ground, and he didn't just took off. He asked permission, and the
Yeah,
permission was granted.
yeah,
So people that making noise about it, look, he came back. He could have said, you know what? I'm gonna take a rest, but football means a lot to him, and he came back. So and he came back, and I didn't like they substituted him because if you want to win games, he can be the reason to win games.
yeah.
They should really center the game around him. There was a time they did that with Hazard. Now he's the one they need to do that with. You need to revolve everything because this guy is the future for Belgium. I believe.
Sure, for sure. If we can move on to America and Bosnia.
Oh, Bosnia, I'm so sad for them. It's the tragic story. I mean, I'm sure you've heard what Jeko said that before Bosnia wasn't even the country, so for them to be where they are, it's a lot. But I'm gonna say football or soccer for Americans, it's not really their thing, and they actually do not too badly. I mean, I like
You
the
think
way
quite
that
one? Do you think it was a dominant win or fairly one-sided, or do you
I
think it
think
was
he was, Bosnia, I don't know the players so well. I only know Dzeko. That's the only one I know, and he's got a wealth of experience. He's played in many leagues.
yeah,
But the Americans, I think recently they're taking football seriously, especially the leagues now is sort of like catching up with the rest of the leagues. So I do think it wasn't luck. I think it's hard work because it shows me that where they are now to compare to previous World Cup when they didn't really. I won't say they didn't care, but I spoke to some American friends. I've asked them, "Oh, how does it feel to have the World Cup in your country?" Half of them said, "Well, they care about the NFL. They don't really care about football." And I said, "But your nation's actually doing well." And they say, "Oh, that's the only reason why we watch it because they're still there." And they still football is still not a thing. That's a
yeah.
culture thing.
I mean, maybe like a tournament like this where they're progressing well, they're playing well. It can just inspire a whole generation of Americans to
Yes, and I think that's exactly
follow it.
what they are doing because when I see them play, we are seeing a team that's actually wanting to win.
Yeah,
They're not in the World Cups. They haven't been a team consistently there. They're there once and then they're not there, or they're there but they don't play well. And I think because the expectation is high, especially as a host nation, they've turned the game and they've done it at the right time. No,
sure.
I think they won. They deserve to win. They actually played well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Spain ran out 3-0 winners against Austria.
Oh, Spain, one of the favorites
It was
for
pretty
me.
one-sided, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Austria had really enough to really compete with Spain.
No,
And
they had no answers. They didn't know how to handle Spain. I mean, the first half they did try and it did,
I think they
nil.
lacked any. I just think they lack any like um offensive,
Yeah,
threats. I mean, Sabitza's
Alaba has
probably
got experience, but the rest they need to catch up.
Sabitza's probably like their best player, and I think that probably says a lot. I mean, Lamine Yamal, I don't know if he's three nutmegs in what like half an hour against Live, but I mean he couldn't handle him. I think Lamine Yamal ended up getting handled pretty well in the second half. I think there was just doubled, and tripled at times effectively, but I
Yeah.
mean that first half performance was something
Now
special.
Spain, they are I think one of the teams that I can see win.
Yeah, for
as
sure.
well.
They're good. They've got
Um,
quality all over the pitch,
they
and
have quality, and me, I've been following Spanish football actually from late 80s, and I remember always underperforming, but
mm,
ever since they won the World Cup for the first time, they've always been up there. They up
yeah,
the game. They're also the reigning European champions. So
exactly.
when you think about it, a lot is expected
And
of
also the
them.
squad is the same as well. I mean, it hasn't really
Yeah,
changed.
and I
It's
love
not
the
changed.
fact that Yamal, they give him that chance, like a teenager, and he took that chance with both hands, and he's still proving people why they had put faith in him. I mean, this guy's gonna go. He's gonna go one of the legends. I mean, we talk about Ronaldo, Messi. Those people are the past. After this World Cup is done, and Yamal is for the future. I think. Yeah, I think they're gonna be going far in this competition. I do. I
They have,
predicted
yeah, good
France,
team all
Spain,
around.
Argentina as well. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look as well. The fullback pairing of Cucurella and Pedro Porro, they look
Yeah,
great
they
yesterday.
work so
Cucurella had two
well.
assists. He had a wrongly
Uh,
disallowed goal as well.
they
Again with
did.
the
Oh, that
goalkeeper
game was full of
situation.
action. Yeah, I loved it.
Goalkeeper situation. But I mean, I think Cucurella's been great. I think he's had a
Now,
good game.
Korea is going Real Madrid, and
Exactly. And I mean, it's clear to see
personally,
why. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I love the fact that not people rate him highly, but Chelsea had a poor season. That's not his fault. And he still turned up. For the fact that Mourinho wants you Real Madrid, that tells you what you need to know. And look at him
Shows
at
the
the World
quality.
Cup. He's doing very
Exactly.
well. So
Portugal and Croatia. That was 2-1 game. Portugal won it late at the end. It was
yeah, that game
interesting.
was very controversial. Ronaldo had a
Yeah,
yeah,
Ronaldo is
yeah. There was a lot of drama. I'm Portuguese. I back my team, but I don't think they have what it takes to win it this time around.
are
Um,
you agree with the inclusion of Ronaldo and the fact that he's starting games even at his
do you
age?
know what? I would prefer, like, I don't know if you remember the Euro 2016 when Ronaldo got injured, but it wasn't a sideline. The what I like about Ronaldo is his star quality. He's like a motivator. When he was injured in the final in 2016, because before I don't want to explain this, but see, before Portugal played like a team, in 2016, everybody was all about Ronaldo, and I don't know if you remember that final against France, but Portugal were not playing well with him in the team. But when they took him away, suddenly Portugal changed. They played together for each other. I feel like the team right now, the attention is all on him, which is not fair because there's a lot. Portugal,
Talent,
they
yeah,
have talent. They have endless talent. The
I
one,
agree with you. I do. I think of course he's a great player and he's all-time greatest Portuguese player. But I just think him in the national team, I just don't think, especially at this point in time, I just
it's
don't think
not
it
adding
matters.
anything.
I don't think he offers enough. I don't think he does enough. I mean, we talk
You
about
can't, you can't,
Messi
yeah, but you
at
can't.
the World Cup. Like, talk about how, Messi makes his teammates better, how they play for him, and they all look better. Players like De Paul, Molina, Montiel, a lot of players, Alvarez, all these kind of players, good players, but they look so much better. You wouldn't expect these type of players to be World Cup winners, but they look so much better under Messi's uh,
Guidance
coaches
as
and
well.
guidance and leadership. I just don't think Ronaldo offers the same amount. I don't think he makes
No,
players
but
better.
the players that don't even help him either. I mean, we're talking, I mean, before the tournament started, we know Portugal have the best midfield. It's undeniable. You got Bruno Fernandes, who's single-handedly created more chances in Premier League history. You have
Vitinha,
Vitinha back-to-back Champions League. This
Raul
guy,
as well, back to back
he plays
Champions League.
dirty, like Neves as well. And the three of them, can't even create
They've not been
chances.
good together at all. Yeah, no, I
No, and you
completely
see
agree.
Modric in his 40s playing like one guy played the way three players should be playing. And I'm thinking, Modric, this guy's not normal. How can you be 40 and play like you're in your 20s?
Yeah. But I
Um,
mean, as well, I think as poorly as that midfield have been together, I still think it's like because it was interesting we got to see Ronaldo play and we got to see Gonzalo Ramos. And although I don't think Gonzalo
Ramos.
Ramos, I don't think he's elite. I think he is good enough to do a job for Portugal. And I mean, we saw it at the last World Cup against Switzerland where he scored that trick, and even in this game against Croatia, he took his chance. Yeah,
Hey, yeah, I forgot
I
where
don't
we
know
were
why
in the
he did.
conversation.
Yeah, but yeah, we were on Ronaldo. We mentioned about how he's not really adding too much to Portugal, but then we could also make the argument about the midfield. I wanted to bring up about Gonzalo Ramos.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's not elite, but he is a good. He's a good enough striker. We've seen what he can do for Portugal, and it was interesting to see them both up front together. I just think with a striker who they can do a lot more with in terms of linking up together. Like when I'm talking about the midfield, Bruno, Vitinha, Neves. When you see a striker like Gonzalo Ramos, who two of which play with him, they can combine better with him than they do Ronaldo. He'll make
Yeah,
more runs than
yeah,
Ronaldo. I mean, Portugal's whole game plan could change in terms of how they could press higher up the pitch, whereas obviously they couldn't with Ronaldo. And then of course Gonzalo Ramos will do the defensive side and track him back. I just think, you know, at this age, at this point in Ronaldo's career, he's just not offering. I mean, he's Ronaldo had 25 touches in 80 minutes against. I mean, you think the knockout stage game, 25 touches, it's just not good enough. And I don't think he's offering much to the team. I mean, I know he scored a goal, but
yeah. It's a penalty.
penalty. It's just not ethical. Like I mean, he didn't even win it himself, so it's kind of like he's almost just there because of his name.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think
exactly the
because of
same
his
as
name, yeah.
Neymar. I
Yeah,
think
and I just think
if you look as well, yeah, it's funny because I'm half Portuguese, right? And I've got my Portuguese shirt. People are like, oh yeah, you're a Ronaldo fan, and I'm thinking, mate, I've been supporting Portugal from the golden generation of Figo and Ricosta.
yeah.
Ronaldo was not even in the equation,
You should
and
speak on that because you should speak more on that because people think Portugal is just Ronaldo and that's it. They forget
yeah, but
about
if you look
Figo,
now,
Eusebio.
yeah, but if you look now, a lot of people are supporting Portugal because of one man, and it's great for us, but at the same time, it's not because it takes away. Look at all the talent. Like me, I like Leon right now, and
Yeah,
I'm so disappointed that Martinez can see the potential of this guy. People criticize him for his immaturity. Yes, during the friendly, he was aggressive, whatever, but he has the same aggressive nature on the pitch. He
and he's
wants
so talented. I
He's so
mean, he had
talented.
an
Give the guy a
incredible
chance.
game. He
Yeah,
was so good. He
this
was
guy
so
just
good.
give him a chance. And people they criticize him a lot, but let's criticize him then on the pitch because if you don't give him enough minutes, what can he do? So I'm glad.
Completely.
I'm so happy for Croatia. They started him fully because you see, he passed the ball for Ramos to score.
It was a great, and I mean, I don't know if you saw he hit the crossbar as well. I thought his
Yeah,
overall performance in terms of just
it's
taking the ball,
amazing.
it was great.
It's
Um,
amazing. I think we don't, the manager, I'm so glad he's going. I'm so sorry for anyone that likes Martinez,
no, I
but
think
he needs to go because as a manager, your job is to make the tough calls. Ronaldo's not playing well, bench him.
exactly.
Simple. It's your
Exactly.
job. But
Even the midfield, I don't think to be honest, I don't think he knows his best 11, and I
no, it
don't think he
doesn't.
knows how to play them either.
No. And it's
And he
not,
definitely has the quality, and
they
you're talking about
have.
Cancelo, Mendes. I mean, the
Yeah.
team's got everything
They
really. I
have
just think,
everything, and the
I
only thing
mean, yeah,
I like because I've got a page. I'm not promoting my page, anything, but I've got a page dedicated to Portugal. The one
yeah,
thing I like about Portugal is that ever since the golden generation, they've always managed to get the talent right. They always managed to get the players.
there's
We
always
don't
like, yeah,
we don't need to reset because even if I'm not saying that as an arrogance, please hear me out. But even if let's go the next Euros, the next World Cup, the people are going to be there. We always manage to get the best players.
yeah, no,
Ronaldo is at
I
this end
absolutely
right
agree.
now, and I think we need to focus on life without him instead
I
of holding on to someone that's not playing anymore. And
I completely agree. Like they need to kind of um they like you said, they need to plan for life after Ronaldo. Like we obviously know he's not going to be playing in 5 years' time, but it's like
how about
you
his
just
son? His son should come.
and this is the thing as well with Gonzalo Ramos. Like he has so little experience. Like he's not had a tournament to himself where he's the number one option, and it's like how can you expect him to take over a tournament when you don't get the opportunities. And I think
Yeah,
they,
exactly.
they have a core, they have a good core, they have good
Yep.
players, and I fully believe, and this is no disrespect to Ronaldo. I think he's been a fantastic player. But I fully believe with it, whether it's the Euro 28, World Cup 30, or Euro 32, I believe one of these three tournaments, Portugal will be in the final and could potentially win it because I think they have the core, they have the team. Once again,
Yeah.
get rid of Ronaldo respectfully,
Yeah.
and
No, no,
Martinez.
but remember what I said to you, 2016 Euros. Did you watch the final?
Yeah, they played back when he came off injured.
That's it.
And this is what I'm
That's
saying. Like,
it. That's
it's more
exactly
of a
it.
team without Ronaldo in there. Because
Yeah.
he's such an individual. He just
But even what I liked as well, when he came off against Croatia, you see Ronaldo was there, go at the front. This guy, when he retires, he needs to be a coach. And he will be do well because he has what it takes. He was telling the team, do this, go there. Listen, we play better without him. And I do think that Martinez doesn't know his best. It's sad because you have the talent. They're
yeah.
all waiting for you to give them instructions. But
Mm.
it's like you don't know what to do. That's what I'm
It,
saying. It's sad.
another sad. It's sad as well that is Luka Modric is I think he's retiring from the
Yeah,
Champions League
sad for
now, and
him,
it feels
man.
like as well the end of that Croatia golden generation. We spoke a lot about many golden generations. This Croatia team has really been a modern day golden generation. And you think World Cup, second place at the 2018 World Cup, finalists at the 2018, and third place at the 2022 World Cup. I mean, the
Also,
history is
98, first time I watched them, they came
I
third.
was there.
Now,
So
listen, Croatia, um, I do believe that Modric, he should go into the team in Croatia. I don't know, but this guy has got a wealth of experience to share wherever he's going. Apparently, I don't know, they said they want him in Madrid, but Croatia should grab him and say, look, can you be part of the coaching staff? Because I do
it's a
believe,
shame as well the way that they went out. Like just
yeah, I didn't listen. I'm a
into the
Portuguese
offside.
fan. I think we should have gone through like extra time or penalty because I don't think that was right. I don't think
I
it was
think
fair.
Croatia were even better, like over the course of the game as a whole. I mean, I
No,
thought they
they
disallowed
were,
goals. I mean, I know
they were.
Ronaldo had one, but I mean, I thought they were better. But
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
Portugal. To be honest, it's a team. I don't know how to explain, but I've been watching them for a while. They perform better under pressure. They also don't. I don't know when you expect so much of them, they never turn up. But when you don't expect anything, somehow they turn up. It's like
mm,
with them, you can't work it out. But the thing I like about Portugal is ever since the golden generation that we had with the Figo, Rui Costa, with Couto, all of them, the consistency, the legacy they left. This is what we see now. Like they have made this legacy that every tournament they are the front runners. They are top tens. I'm no I'm so biased. I'm sorry.
no, I mean, I agree. I mean, I agree. I do agree with you. I mean, they're a good side. They have good players,
I
and
think they will
there's
win one
definitely going to
day.
be. And I think we talk about when they're not expected to win. I think that's going to become more of a rarity. I think in like they're just going to always be expected to do something in tournaments given their talent.
Yeah, but look at that.
Next,
We've
yeah,
expected so much, and look at that. They like everyone turned up. Spain, so much was expected. They turned up. France, Argentina,
yeah,
and
they're the only
Portugal.
team
What?
that really we haven't seen any good. But I mean, I know they played well against Uzbekistan, but I
Yeah,
think the kind
Uzbekistan.
of in terms of actual like higher level competition, they just haven't
No.
shown us anything, and it's disappointing.
Oh well.
Switzerland and Algeria. Switzerland
Oh,
are definitely going to be.
Switzerland. Yeah, so Switzerland, honestly, I grew up there for a long time and they're not a football nation, but I have to say, this guy, Shaka, for me, is special. His longevity, he he's a natural born leader, and I knew somehow that they could have edged past Algeria. Somehow I knew, and they have very that guy Manuel was former Man City player.
Yeah.
Very, they have a good squad.
Another player
Um,
you mentioned a lot about, you've spoken a lot about. experience. I mean,
Yeah.
Switzerland are always, they're almost always. They never really do too much at the World Cups, but they're always
They
there. They're
was
always
there. They
playing
was turn
serious
up.
side.
Yeah. They was like, yeah, hello, we're here then. But
Honestly,
I love the one thing I've got to say about the Swiss. I've been living in Switzerland, extremely organized. If you look at the team in the World Cup as well, it's a team that I don't know somehow manage clean sheets. I don't know if
yeah.
it's automatic in their head, but they know how to defend. They know how
They
to.
have a game. They settle for a game plan and they follow it for
Yeah, it's
sure.
like they clean. The country's clean, clean sheets.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they go how far they're gonna go, but the one thing I like about them, like you said, they always turn up. Just find
Yep.
a way to turn up. So that's fantastic. Yeah.
Australia and Egypt played out a 1-1 draw. Egypt won 4-2 on penalties. I mean, and that's the first knockout stage game in World Cup history that Egypt have won. It's just more history being made.
Yeah. I'm
Great
happy for
tournament,
Salah,
great
man. I'm
knockout
so happy
draw.
for him. I don't know if you saw, there was reports that the Egyptians, whilst in the World Cup playing, they were looking at Mbappe's the way he was taking penalties.
On
So
YouTube, yeah, they had a
uh,
whole clip. They had a whole clip just dealing with it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's so
cool. That was cool.
imagine you instead of finding ways yourself, you actually are, that
It
they
tells
are.
you it shows you the level of Mbappe, like
I'm
how
telling you, it's
excellent he
crazy.
is.
And I'm thinking, but you have Mo Salah that's been one of the best Egyptian players ever. But therefore, but I also like what Salah did at the end when Egypt obviously celebrated winning. He
Yeah,
went
yeah.
to the yeah. I love that. That was really a
Shows
mark of
you,
respect
yeah.
and
I don't know
also
from yeah.
humility. I like that.
I don't know from from as long as you've been watching football for. They mentioned I can't remember who was mentioned that Salah was the one of the greatest Egyptian players of all time, and I was just wondering, do you know of any previous Egyptian players that really compare to Salah at all? I mean, I don't.
To be honest, not really, unfortunately.
And you
But
just look at
there
his
was,
legacy as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like,
But you know what? You're right because you remember the African Cup of Nations,
yeah,
Egypt were actually before Salah, they were actually the ones winning. Were
winning now,
the
yeah.
so we need to check on that. Who was actually
I
before
think the
Salah? Yeah.
I don't think he's even the top scorer. I think he's two off the like the all-time top scorer is 2 goals ahead of him. But I mean, I still think
Oh,
the World Cup
Salah
what
is
he's done at
sick.
World Cups of global. Yeah, I mean, he's a
Uh,
legendary figure in Egypt. I
yeah,
mean,
this guy. I'm sad that's leaving the Premier League. We're not gonna find another Salah like that again. I think it's
it
a
really
one-off
feels like the end of a generation,
end
really.
of an era. Yeah, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but this guy made me watch Liverpool. Yeah,
Now
yeah.
on to what I think was probably the best game of the tournament. Mate, like I think it was, yeah. Argentina and Cape Verde
Oh
3-2.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, that one is a special one.
like what a
Um,
game!
what a
Like
game!
just
I mean,
everything about it.
everyone expected Cape Verde to
Yeah,
basically, yeah, full flat on their
roll
face.
over, lose to
Yeah, and
maybe a Messi
but
hat
no, but
trick.
look at that. The goalkeeper himself, he came. I think because
Yeah,
he's in his 40s, or I think his 40s
yeah,
exactly.
he is 40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So to make ends meet and live his dream, he's a bus driver, and he also does odd jobs just to
yeah.
live on.
He's a free agent as well. He doesn't
Yeah,
even currently
I
have a
do
team.
believe that he will not going to be a free agent for long.
Yeah,
I
surely.
think he's going to get. I mean, even before the World Cup, he had 50,000 followers. Let's go 20 million or something.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure
and honestly,
somebody should sign him
I think
up.
it's deserved as well. I think he's
Well
played he
deserved.
played
Yeah.
so. I mean, he saved like a good couple of clear chances from Messi. Like Messi had a
Alone.
couple of
Yeah.
one-on-one that he
Yeah.
saved, and I
But
mean,
Messi, I mean, come on. We talk about.
ran out of stuff to say about him. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
this guy is crazy. I mean, the things he
legendary.
does.
Doesn't even describe how. I mean, he
No.
is. I mean, that first goal he scored, the touch and
The
the finish. I
touch.
mean,
Yeah. The
it was really
control.
similar to the Ronaldo goal that got disallowed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, I mean, Messi,
Yeah.
that was his 20th goal at a World Cup. As you mentioned before, two ahead of Mbappe. I mean,
Yeah. For me,
you have to think these two are two of the best, the two greatest. I mean, for me, I think it's Messi number one as the best World Cup player of all time. But I think Mbappe, Mbappe wins one more tournament. I think Mbappe can overtake him, and especially
And
in
you
this league.
will, if he doesn't win, like let's say Mbappe doesn't win this one, I
Yeah,
can guarantee will come to the next
he'll
World
be
Cup.
back for the
He'll be
next one
back.
for
And
sure. Yeah,
I have to say, yeah, the one thing I want to say about Messi, a lot of people say, oh yeah, you're Portuguese. Obviously, I'm a massive Messi fan.
yeah.
I can't. There's a lot of
It's the
debate.
football
Who's
side of it. He's so good.
Yeah, he's so
It's love and
good, so
hate. Yeah,
gifted. People when they ask me, okay, which one is better, Ronaldo or Messi? And I went on ChatGPT. No one can answer that. They each have their own quality. But the thing I like about Messi that for me edge a little bit more is that the guy is humility. I don't think he himself knows how good he actually is. So
yeah,
much is writing about him, but he never comes up to say, "Oh, you know what? I've did this. Oh, I won this." No, my man just loves playing football. He was born to
exactly.
play football,
Yeah,
and you probably die involved in football. This guy,
exactly.
he's just amazing. He will not stop breaking records. That's the type of person he is.
Every
Um,
game he plays, it seems like a record's falling. Like he's always got a.
yeah,
I have a lot of respect for Ronaldo. I think he's without a doubt in the top three greatest of all time, at worst top five. I do personally think Messi is
yeah. I think Messi
one of the best
edges
of all
it
time.
just
So
because, frankly, he has won everything
he will still
internationally and
continue to.
club wise. So the
He
debate
still
ends there
continue
because you,
to
you win
produce
a
the
World
goods
Cup.
as well. Like I mean, in this game, we'll speak more on this game, but I thought Argentina weren't great. I mean, like they're so heavily reliant on Messi, a 39-year-old. I mean, this is an Argentina team that won three straight international trophies, but they can't. They seem
Yeah,
incapable of scoring without the
yeah.
dependence on the guy who's
And that
39. It's crazy.
one
They
thing,
have to. They
one thing
have
I
to
want to
give it
say,
to
if
him.
this guy leaves, I mean, he's gonna leave anyway. I don't think
Yeah,
Messi's gonna go to the next World Cup. I have to say, once Messi leave, I don't see how this group can do well. And the irony is that if Portugal let Christian leave, they actually can do well. So I'm
I
like,
I, I completely agree. I mean, I just like I was just watching the game and I was just seeing like, I mean, Martinez was awful. Enzo Fernandez was even worse. I mean, Julian Alvarez, I think he's carrying an injury, so I won't be too harsh on him. But he came on and he had no impact on the game. I mean, it was literally just,
Messi
where's
running the
Messi?
show.
Where's Messi? We have to play it to Messi so he can create something. And
That's
in
the
the end, he
thing.
did. He
It
did
did.
create the
It makes
two.
a difference. And
Exactly.
as much as I believe that Argentina will go far, but let's say, and God forbid, but let's say Messi get injured in the next game or in the
Or has
training,
just an off day, or even just
off
has an
day.
off
Yeah,
day.
what's gonna happen?
They're in massive trouble. I mean, we
Yeah,
look at they have players from Chelsea, Inter Milan, Atletico. I mean, they should be capable of creating more. But I mean, like in fairness, they defend well for Messi. They do, but their reliance on him offensively is for
and
it's
also
a
they were
bit
playing
crazy.
Cape Verde.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
we should start speaking on how like I mean they were so impressive. Like they
Yeah,
kept it tight all throughout the game, and then they got the
yeah.
equalizer.
And
I mean,
honestly,
I wouldn't put
that goal. Oh my
the second goal.
days.
Yeah, I mean we
Oh
have to
my
get onto that.
God. That's
We'll
goal.
touch on
That
that.
goal was ridiculous.
I mean, his
Like,
reaction was literally all of like we. That's how we'd all react if we all scored a goal like that.
oh no,
It's
it's
crazy.
ridiculous. But for me, I think I spoke to. I don't know if you know anything about Cape Verde. I had the opportunity to talk to the granddaughter of the performer Cesare Evera. Cesare Evera, she's a massive figure in Cape Verde for many years. She passed away sadly in 2011, and I spoke to the granddaughter.
Hmm.
I said I just wanted the intake from Cape Verde. I said, okay, how does it feel? First time in the World Cup, what's going on? And then she said, look, the fact that we qualified for us is enough. Now
Yeah.
whatever happens, it's a bonus. And she said that every game feels like a blessing. She said, you know what? We play against Argentina. That's gonna put our country in the map. You're playing
For
against the
sure,
reigning
for sure.
champions.
I mean, I
So
think even Vazino and I also want to mention. Let me get up his name so I pronounce it right. Cabral.
Semedo,
Yeah.
Cabral.
Cabral,
Yeah.
Vazino. I mean, they themselves put the country on the map, and I mean, particularly with like Cabral, like I wouldn't be surprised if the next couple of weeks he's gonna be signed up by a bigger team in Europe. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that goal was remarkable. But even just apart from the goal, his whole performance all
Whole of
looked
it, yeah.
great.
And I love they were tested against Spain. Like, imagine your first match. I mean,
Exactly.
look at
Yeah.
Cape Verde. You have managed to help the European champions, and
Yeah.
you pushed the reigning world champions to the end. I mean,
Don't even forget they got a draw with Uruguay. I know Uruguay didn't weren't good, but still,
still, I think this for a first time ever, that is impressive.
I mean, honestly, I don't.
Yeah,
They won the hearts of the world. I mean, I think, even the biggest Argentinian fans and Messi fans watched that game and thought like, I mean, maybe
yeah.
Cape Verde. I remember when it went into extra time, my thinking was, Argentina have been poor. They haven't done enough in regulation time, but they'll still go through just because there's a gap in quality. The disparity is too big.
I knew Argentina were going to go through, but I
But
like that Cape
the
Verde.
second goal, the second goal,
No,
Spirit had me thinking, oh my, maybe, but Messi's the difference maker.
that's it. Messi
He's the
different maker.
one.
But if I was Argentina, after Messi retires, they
They
need
have
a
to
complete
lose.
reset because you're right. If it wasn't for Messi, Argentina wasn't really the Argentina that we know.
I
Um,
mean, the football was slow.
it
They
was
couldn't
slow. Yeah,
create.
it
It was
was, and
lackluster.
also I didn't like the fairness of the referee. There was clear free kicks for Cape Verde that were turned away. I'm thinking about when it was Argentina, every single one you gave it to them. It's like, again, I don't know. I don't like to sound controversial, but I feel like the FIFA are really into Argentina side, and even
You think?
if you don't believe me, Gianni Infantino even said, "Look, I felt the pain of Argentina." Hello, right there. So you actually, what we're thinking loud, you said it yourself with your words. So it's like, I hope they're not gonna spoil the World Cup by too much favoritism for Argentina. May the best win. But you're right. If Messi was not in the squad, that team would have
It's a
no
different
answers.
team.
Yeah, it's a game changer. It's a
Like you
difference.
said, they wouldn't have any answer. I mean,
They didn't know what to do.
I don't see who creates for that
The
team. I don't
midfield as
see.
well wasn't great. I'll be honest with
No, it
you.
was Enzo. I meant Enzo Fernandez was poor. But
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it
I
wasn't
love
great.
no, but I love Cape Verde exposed them. I
They
loved
did.
it,
They did.
and
They
it
did.
showed the world that what we tried. That means you can try too. So I
And
love that
the
message.
performance in extra time is I think that's what's like got everybody so because they were so aggressive even like so late on in the game they were playing good football. They outplayed the world champions.
They
I mean
did.
like we said without Messi, Martinez as well should have a shout. He had a very good game. The
Yeah, he
pass to
did.
Messi
Yeah,
was
he
so
did.
good as well, but without certain individuals, could have been a different game. The last
Mm.
game was Colombia and Ghana. A
Yeah,
very
that
late
one was
one.
very late one. Yeah.
Very late.
Um,
I must admit, the Argentina game had me so spent that I ended up falling asleep, so I didn't even get to.
no, I started to watch the
Yeah,
Colombia game, but I was so spent. I was like, oh, but I have to say, I expected Colombia to edge past Ghana, and no
I
disrespect
don't
to
think I think
Ghana.
Ghana. From when I've watched Ghana, I just don't think they have enough like quality. Like I just don't think
Are
like
you? Can somebody tell me how old is this guy? He's been there.
I agree. I agree, and then also um. So Menu, I don't. I think he's lackluster. I don't think he's been great either. I just think, you know, like I just thought Colombia. I think Colombia a good side as well. They
Yeah, I
reached the
mean, look at
finals of the Copa
what they did to
America.
Portugal. They should have
Yeah, they
beat
outplayed
Portugal.
them. Yeah,
They should have beat Portugal. I don't know why the goal was disallowed because when I looked, the goal should have stood. That's what I'm saying. Referees are spoiling the games. It's not fair because as much as
refereeing the
I
games and everything.
yeah, as much as I love Portugal,
Garbage at
Colombia
that.
should have won the game. They should have won it. I don't know how they didn't win it.
Mm,
But you know
I
what?
agree.
Colombia deserve the credit because they're
They
actually
do.
a very good nation, and I think they're playing Switzerland next. I do believe they're gonna edge past Switzerland as well.
Yeah, you're right. And to be
Um,
fair, that takes us into this next the kind of final segments ish, where we can do predictions.
okay,
And
let's go.
I guess
Prediction.
we'll start with Colombia, Colombia and Switzerland, as you rightly said.
Yeah, I do think it's funny because Switzerland is more defensive and
Colombia,
Colombia more
yeah.
attacking. So I do
It's
believe,
about which side will kind of
yeah,
which bit will win.
but
I personally am favoring Colombia.
yeah, Colombia they have what it takes to get past
I think
Switzerland.
they
Yeah,
have the individuals as well,
they
like
have
Diaz,
James. He's there. I love
James,
James.
Arias. I just think they have the
Yeah,
individuals that can break down a Switzerland defense. I
yeah,
mean, a
I
Switzerland
think so.
defense are good, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Argentina and Egypt.
I do believe Argentina will go through.
Yeah, we saw them get pushed to the brink by Cape Verde. I believe Egypt will watch that game and think like
We
we'll
have
get at them
chances.
as
Yeah,
well. But I still think,
but I think Argentina has what it takes to go through.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. England and Mexico.
Ooh, I am gonna go in Mexico
Really?
only because they are highly organized. So far, they've managed to neutralize the opposite team by not allowing goals in, and they always the midfield as well. They're very organized in not allowing players to just walk in the path. So I do think they're gonna edge past England, just scrapping by, but I do think they have what it takes. Yeah,
I will go with England for two reasons. The first being I'm a big history buff and I don't know how to what's the word for it, but there's with Mexico. They haven't ever gone past the round of 16. They've never ever reached past the round of 16. I just think history will repeat itself. I think England will have too much for them in the end. I don't think
yeah,
England will
experience as well. Yeah, England
I
have
don't
the
think England,
experience.
yeah, I don't think England will like, dog walk them. I don't think it'll be like a comfortable victory, but I can like maybe,
Scrap by.
yeah, yeah. I think England will just like players like Kane, Bellingham, they'll see them through.
Okay, interesting.
Brazil and Norway,
I'm gonna go with Brazil on this one,
really.
only because of the experience. But it also depends on the overall because Norway they had a pretty good first tournament.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this is the first time because it looked like they've been there before, but I do think I'm gonna go with experience.
I imagine this is going to be one of the better games of the tournament. I think like this will be could be a high scoring game.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. I'd
Cunha,
say
Cunha
Brazil.
and Ireland. That's gonna be a little mini Manchester derby.
If he's not injured too badly, I think he came off injured, but I don't think
Oh
he's
yeah,
injured.
oof, that's bad. Because Cunha is a good player
Belgium,
though.
yeah, Belgium and USA.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Belgium only because I see the quality Belgium has. Yeah, I'm gonna go Belgium, but I think
I
they're scrapping by.
Yeah, I think I'll go USA. I think they used up their luck. I think they were because of how poor they were against Senegal.
Mm,
Like I don't even. I think that because I think they've been pretty poor the entire tournament. I think they got just lucky. I think that's the only way I can describe it.
yeah,
I think
that's true,
home
but they might turn
home
up.
nation as well. You
Mm,
never know. You really never know. But home nation as well. I think
the
I
pressure.
think America will get through, and I think yeah. I just don't have much faith in this Belgian team really. What I saw from that performance wise was so like I still don't know how they even got through to be honest against Senegal.
Luck.
Yeah. And now the game that I think most people are looking forward to, Portugal and Spain.
Yeah,
This is one you'll be watching
yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
gonna definitely be watching that. So let's just say how it is. Spain has head to head, they have an advantage over Portugal. They've won most games.
Yeah.
Um, I have
Portugal did win the Nations League though in
they yes,
the final against
but
Spain
I have
on
to
penalties.
say that when you look at what the qualities right now, Spain has done better than Portugal personally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Spain on this one. Yeah, only
Same.
because they
Yeah.
play more like a team than we do, and also they have the quality. And if somebody has to go, they have a backup. The manager knows the best 11s, and Spain they look very organized. And
Yeah.
right now, Portugal, we are not organized. We don't know who the best 11s are. We rely on a 41-year-old that we shouldn't rely on instead of relying on the
Yeah.
youth like Ramos, like Leon. So yeah, I think
I agree. I think
Yeah.
Spain are one of the favorites for a reason as well. I don't even think they've really even had like played their best yet at this tournament, and it's kind of scary
Yeah.
considering they just beat Austria 3-0, they beat Saudi Arabia 4-0. Um, I honestly think Portugal would have a better chance with um Gonzalo Ramos up top, and if they just like pressed Spain high and like really tried and really came at them. I don't think Ramos will start the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Leon should start
I don't
though.
think Ronaldo will have. I think he'll struggle to even get much of the ball, have an impact. We've seen how the Portuguese midfield have struggled. Um, Portugal are just gonna have to rely on crosses into the box. Really to Ronaldo, but I don't see Spain stopping Portugal stopping Spain. Ronaldo
No.
and Nuno Mendes will be a really good battle to watch.
Yeah, I mean Mendes. I love Mendes for many reasons. People might think, oh, it's Portuguese. Well, you have to look at his game in Paris Saint-Germain.
But he's a great
He's
player.
he's a great player. He's one of the best, or probably the best defender right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. You could him and
He's
Cucurella, I
definitely
think,
there.
are battling for the best left backs in the world.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see who's gonna come on top out of
Yeah,
Cucurella and Mendes. But Mendes for me is amazing. I like this guy. I can talk about him so much, and I can't wait for the. Even your mouth was asked, who is your opponent that you find it hard and challenging, and he said Mendes. So I like the respect he has to recognize, you know. Yeah, so let's see.
Canada and Morocco.
I have to go with Morocco.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't
Morocco,
think we
the
need to.
yeah,
I just think Morocco
Morocco.
just have more than what Canada do, and
Yeah,
I
people
think they're on one of
underestimate
those runs
them, you
again, like
know.
in 2022.
Yeah, yeah, people underestimate Morocco, but you shouldn't because they're here to stay.
Agreed. Finally, Paraguay versus France. Could Paraguay cause another upset, do you think?
No, but I can't. But you cut it. I'm so sorry. I can't hear you. Paul, can
Like,
you? Can you?
can you hear me now?
Oh, I
Can you
can
hear me
hear you.
now?
Yes, I can. I
Yeah.
can hear you now. Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, could Paraguay cause another upset, or are you for sure? For you, is it France for sure?
France for sure. They have enough to beat anyone in their way.
I think unlike Germany, France have a good attack. They have a cohesive attack. They're just free flowing, very kind of just unpredictable. With that front four. So I agree with you. I think France will go through.
Now France, yeah, and I would be surprised if it was anything less than a win. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree as well. Um,
that's fantastic. I can't wait to see.
it will. I mean, I really love watching France. To be honest with you,
Yeah, me
I
too.
think they're
They're
such a
so
good watch.
exciting. They,
They've
you
been
know,
by far like the team I've in terms of just performance wise, they've been really good. One final thing as well. Do you have any standout players? Maybe three standout players from the round of 16.
I'm
Maybe
gonna have
anyone
to
to
go with
mention.
Olise. Yeah, Olise definitely. Yeah. I
Maybe
have to
shout
say
out
I
one or
like
two.
Bellingham as well. Oh, Bellingham actually as well. Yeah,
I think went with Elite. I'll add Mbappe to that because I think
great duo.
when Mbappe scores and everyone just thinks yeah it's Mbappe, he's meant to score, but I mean he's really dominant. And he's having a great tournament. I mean he's on track to have a better tournament than even the last one, and I didn't even think that was possible.
Anything. I mean, Mbappe is here to stay. I believe that there's another World Cup in him. Yeah,
Maybe as well shout out to I think the Cape Verde players Vizina and Cabral. I'll add
yeah.
them to the list as well. I mean, just even though they lost, their performance was really
It was, and I can't wait. Like
delivering a
now, I
medal
think
as
the
well
whole
for
world
them.
can't wait to see them in FCON in another World Cup.
Yeah,
But I do
a
think,
tournament like that will change everything for them. Like
yeah,
honestly,
yeah, I think you know, the manager. I hope he stays, but if not, whoever takes over, they need to rewatch and connect with this current manager because they have what it takes, I think, to dominate African football and even come back again stronger. Yeah, I do believe. I do believe in
it'd be
them.
great to
Yeah.
see.
Now they made us believe. That was so sweet.
Yeah, no, it was a great story. It's sad to have seen them go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the end of